Good evening.
Hello.
I hope my mouse isn't too loud, but it's like right next to my mic. Yeah. Anyways, finally to do this thing with Jiggy, because I've been freaking stalling, I guess. Not really. I was busy, but yeah. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders. By the way, if I suck at reading, that's because I don't read, so yeah. But hey, practice. Anyways, sorry. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, the young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. Sorry to put a pause to it, but if I randomly close or end stream or whatever, it's because you know, uh, I live with people because I don't have a lot of money, but that's besides the point. So, and this house has no soundproofing, so that's freaking epic. So yeah, okay. Anyways, and sorry if my housemate's dogs bark. That's probably when I'm gonna stop streaming, because that means that they're probably home. Anyways, I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. It's kind of funny, wow, this boy sure sounds like a man, huh? Anyways, I saw that for some reason, the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterward, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. I don't know if it sounds bad. I don't even know how my kid voice sounds because I haven't. I'm just doing it on a whim. I don't know improvisation. I'm gonna look back at the stream and I'm gonna like, ew. Anyways, that's when I had a strange feeling like someone was watching me. Oh my gosh, I really gotta read all this like that. Yeah, the whole thing's like a quote. Okay. Uh, so I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light. Hold on, I need to hear this. Whatever. It could be worse. Illuminating from between my curtains were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth. Wait, I should sound scared. Ugh. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak. He said, how would Jeff sound? Well, he's still like a boy, I guess. Go back to sleep. I let out a scream. That's when. That's what sent me. I'm bad. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife. Alright, I should be scared. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm new to this. I don't read nor do I narrate. Ugh. Aiming at my heart, he jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife, it went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of our neighbors hadn't alerted the police. I can't. Okay, what? What the frick? It's like unquoting, but then quoting? Like, I don't know what I should be reading in the kid voice. You know what? Yeah, just whatever's in quote, whatever. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish in the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes. That psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. What? I can't English, whatever. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Louis, or Liu, whatever, Liu, couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "Oh." "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you." I can't take this seriously. Whatever. Alright, no more voices, I guess. It's just too unserious. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son. She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, these are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter and my two sons, Jeff and Liu." They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara, bro. How'd I mess that up? I read Barbara. Unless that's how it's spelled, like how Liu, it's probably Louis, whatever. And then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object. I read that weird line. Are about to object? What the heck? Anyways, I can't spell. When their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. My whole setup is crooked. Anyways, "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. All kids are dumb. The statement is void. Anyways, I'm kidding, no offense. I was a kid once too, dude. I swear I'm not insulting them out of fucking not knowing anything." I really said fucking. Ugh! I hope I can cut that out, whatever. I literally specifically cut out an earlier one because I'm trying not to curse on this channel. I can cut it out, I'll cut it out. Let me find it out. Yeah, I probably can, whatever. I just hope I don't have to delete this. Anyways, Jeff said his mother, what? Your mom? Oh, man, I lost my spot. Forever, right? Jeff said his mother, "We just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party, and that's final. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything whenever his mom said something. It was something. It was final. Oh, whenever his mom said something, it was final. Also, I haven't really read this story like out loud, so the tone is a bit weird. Yeah, I was thinking of reading it first and then narrating it, but it's like I'm gonna be real. I'm about to go back to bed. I don't have time for that. I got work tomorrow. Whatever. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. Yeah, I just dismissed it when the voices in my head just kind of like touched me weird. Anyways, he heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. Ah, shoot, mic knocked over, mic down. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. I don't know how to narrate, bro. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. Beep boop. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain. Sorry, my mouse was in the way. But he once again dismissed it. As he and, I'm just gonna say Louis, screw it. As he and Louis finished breakfast, Brother Louis, I love that song. They walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard, wow, he must be cool.
Skateboards are cool as frick, dude.
Jumped over them. What? Only inches above their laps. Oh, they're sitting on the ground. Oh, I'm so dumb. Wait, no. What? Okay, so they're just sitting on the ground, I guess. I thought they'd be on like a concrete like corner thing, like where there's signs and bushes. I don't know how to explain it. I'm dumb. Anyways, jumped over them only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the heck? I'm kidding. Hey, what the hell? I mean, that's obnoxious, but you gotta admit, the fact that he didn't just crash into them is kinda cool. Anyways, the kid landed, he stuck that thing. Anyways, and turned back to them. He kicked the skateboard up and caught it with his hands. Bro, this guy must be so badass, holy shoot. When I was a kid, this is the kind of stuff I would want to do, but I never got the chance because I wasn't allowed to go outside, bro. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Bro, this guy cannot get any cooler. What's next? He's gonna have like a skull beanie. Anyways, no, what the frick? Sometimes I forget how like corny this stuff can get. Anyways, well. It looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. I guess. Oh my gosh, dude, it's the Pillar Man. Alright. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're the new here, I'm dumb. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Louie looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face. Damn, why are they roasting this kid? Anyways, that you would expect a sidekick to have. Dang. He's an NPC. He's just a side character, bro. And he's Troy. They looked over at the. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube nowadays? Anyways, they looked at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. Bruh. And I said the first kid. Deal! No, I'm kidding. I'm Randy. I hope that wasn't loud. Now for all the kids in this neighborhood, there's a small price for the bus fare if you catch my drift. Oh my gosh, he said catch my drift, he's so epic. Also, bro, fucking, ah, frick! Bro, these kids think that they're like mob freaking people. Some mafia type stuff. Louis stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid. Yeah, because that's a good idea, you know, just a 3v2. Oh, kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled the knife on him because that's such a normal thing to do. Bruh. I don't even know if the mic picked that up. I had hoped he would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way, because of course. The kid walked up to Louis and took his wallet out of his pockets. Oh, okay, he took it out of Louis' pockets. Jeff got that feeling again. Now, it was truly strong. A burning sensation. He stood up, but Louis gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. No. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the... Oh man, I need to... Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh? And what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. That's kind of... Popped him. Man, I don't know if I'm too old or too young. Nah, this is old, so whatever. He popped the kid in the nose as Randy reached for his face. What the hell? He's gonna grab his face, I guess. Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed off. Oh, I'm just assuming stuff. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff. At least they have honor. They're still fighting, even though their main guy got busted. But Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Bro, if you made it that far, at least go down fighting. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. Wait. Fell to the ground. Keith fell to the ground. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff... Oh, I'm dumb. I'm like reading this out of order or whatever, and like I'm not paying attention to the name, so I'm like, oh, did the guy just run because his friend got stabbed? But no, they're actually fighting. Good stuff. I mean, this story's okay. I mean, sometimes. He dropped his knife to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach. Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over, because of course he did. Let me guess, they're gonna have realistic blood eyes too, eventually. Anyways, Louis could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you... was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. Nah, just say you saw them fighting and they all kind of just tied. That's what I would do. Anyways. Also, sorry if you hear sniffling. I am kind of sick. Anyways. So they start running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Louie made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. I mean, to be fair, you get bragging rights after that, so they could do it as long as nobody snitches. And we all know what happens to snitches. All they did was sit and listen. Louis just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. Yeah, if you get urges like that, you should definitely seek out help. I'm just saying, I'm not a therapist, but he didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop. Even he walked home. I feel like there should be like a pause there. Or whatever. I clearly can't or he can read, so. And how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore. He felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." The next morning, also, what's an ominous tone even? Like, it was a wonderful day. Whatever. Next morning, he heard the knock at his front door. He walked down to find two police officers at his door. His mother looking back at him with an angry look. Oh, 1 second. I think I'm at. Yeah, that should be good. He walked down to find two police officers at his door. His mother. Wait 1 sec. His mother looking back at him with an angry look. "Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids. Fight and they were stabbed. Stabbed, son?" Damn. She's like cheering him on, I guess. Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. Bro sucks at lying. Well, to be fair, they're the ones who had the knives, so it's life or death. I'm not gonna get political. Mom, they're the ones who pulled the knives on me and Louie. Yeah, true. I can vouch, bro. I was there, like, in a way. I was reading, so I can vouch for them. Son, said one of the cops. I guess that's his dad, clearly. We found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, one having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. One of them broke the wrist, but I'm not even gonna mention that. Now, what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Louis had been attacked, but then there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. Can they just not freaking ask where the knives came from? Can they lie detector test or whatever? Anyways, they couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Louis. Larry. No, it should be fine. I guess it can. No. Right. Son, call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it since it was he who beat up all the kids. Damn, freaking English level 3 out here. Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Louis tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me.
No one can stop me.
The cop looked at his partner. Both nod. Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. Wait, says Louis. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officer pulled out their guns and locked them on Louis. He's up the stairs. I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know what's the protocol. It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises as he was in a struggle. Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Louis held up the knife and dropped it on the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. I don't get it. What? What's the point? I hope they might as well arrest them both. They can't prove who did what. Cause, yeah. No, Louis, it was me. I did it. I'm kidding.
I did it!
Jeff had tears running down his face. Huh? Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did? Well, take me away. The police led Louis out of the patrol car. Wow. He's a good brother, I guess. Louis, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids. Oh, the quote didn't have. I was the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulder. Bro! What the frick? My PC's so loud, it's being picked up by the mic. You know what? Yo, that's just background horror ambience, you know, man? I want to, one second, I want to see the distance, my mic, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, they can actually pick me up from like away from the desk. Let's try on the other side of the room, yeah? 6. 6. Damn.